Pakistan has struck a new deal with Saudi Arabia. For a change, it's not a loan deal. It's not a bailout either. This one is a mutual defense deal, sort of like a bilateral NATO agreement. It says an attack on one country will be treated as an attack on the other. Even India has responded to this deal. New Delhi says it is studying the implications. The question is, why has this deal been signed now, and is it targeted at India? Let's look at the lead-up. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif was in Saudi Arabia yesterday. He was hosted by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and the pictures told a story. Riyadh organized a grand welcome for Sharif, an F-15 fighter jet escort, a ceremonial reception, and a guard of honor. Inside, it was clear why. Sharif and MBS signed a mutual defense treaty. They shared a warm embrace afterwards.
Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
سلام الملك السعودي.
So what does this treaty say? Mainly two things. One, Pakistan and Saudi Arabia will boost defense cooperation, maybe joint drills or sharing security assets. But the second aspect is more significant. Let me quote from Pakistan's statement. This is what it says. The agreement states that any aggression against either country shall be considered an aggression against both. Meaning, if you attack Saudi Arabia, it's like attacking Pakistan. And if you attack Pakistan, it's like attacking Saudi Arabia. Therefore, both countries will hit back together. On paper, this is what mutual defense means. Of course, this raises several questions. For starters, how will Pakistan and Saudi Arabia hit back? We know Pakistan is a nuclear power. They also have a first use policy, meaning they can use nuclear weapons even in a conventional war. So will Pakistan use their nukes to defend Riyadh? This question was put to a Saudi official. Listen to their response.
This is a comprehensive defensive agreement that encompasses all military means.
Sounds like nukes are on the table, which brings us to the second question. Is this targeted at India? Well, New Delhi has reacted to the agreement. This is what they've said. The government was aware that the development had been under consideration. We will study the implications of this development for our national security as well as for regional and global stability. So India is saying it was not caught off guard. It knew that such a deal was being discussed, and that in itself is a story. Either Indian intelligence extracted this information or Saudi Arabia kept New Delhi in the loop. Either way, it's a big deal. Riyadh is being extra careful to not antagonize India. Saudi officials say the ties are robust, India-Saudi ties, and will continue to grow. They say this deal with Pakistan is not targeted at any country. But is that really the case? This deal is certainly targeted at other countries, but chances are it's not India. And I'll explain why I'm saying this. For decades, the United States has protected West Asia's Gulf monarchies, whether it's Saudi Arabia or the UAE or Qatar. Washington shielded them from their regional enemies like Israel and Iran. But in recent years, the US has pulled back from West Asia. They have left these countries vulnerable. Just look at what happened this year. First, Iran launched missiles and drones at a US base in Qatar. Then Israel launched airstrikes at Hamas targets, also in Qatar. That's 2 attacks in 4 months. And in both cases, the United States did not retaliate. In Israel's case, the US did not even defend. So naturally, Gulf monarchies are spooked. What if the US is incapable of defending them? What if the US is not interested in defending them? They don't have a cutting-edge air force like the Israelis, nor do they have a missile stockpile like Iran. Maybe that's why Riyadh turned to Pakistan. Like their own army chief said, Pakistan is a dump truck. They can extend their nuclear umbrella to Saudi Arabia. And this is neither new nor surprising because Islamabad and Riyadh have had long-standing military ties. Pakistani soldiers have been deployed to the Saudi kingdom multiple times. Pakistan has also trained Saudi troops, around 8,000 of them since 1967. Even today, hundreds of Pakistani soldiers are stationed in Saudi Arabia. The equation is quite simple. Riyadh gives money, Islamabad gives the muscle. Yesterday's deal only formalizes this arrangement. Of course, Pakistan will spin this differently. They will inevitably link this to India. So let's address that angle as well. India is a crucial partner for Saudi Arabia. New Delhi is Riyadh's second biggest trade partner. Bilateral trade is around $42 billion. Compare that to Pakistan. Saudi Arabia's trade with Islamabad is just $3 to $4 billion. So let's be real here. Riyadh is never going to join a campaign against India. Words of support, maybe, but military help, highly unlikely. Also, this is not Pakistan's first mutual defense treaty. Let's go back to the 20th century. In 1955, Pakistan joined a mutual security bloc called CENTO, the Central Treaty Organization. This bloc had Pakistan, Turkey, Iran and the UK. And it also had the support of the US. But did that help Pakistan in the war of 1965? Or the 1971 war? It did not. Nor did it deter India from defeating Pakistan. So the fact is, mutual defense is a complicated arrangement. It sounds good in theory, but in practice, there are several variables. Having said that, such a deal is not something that you can ignore. At the very least, it confirms one thing, that the Gulf Arab states will not abandon Pakistan. If anything, they will boost ties, and that is something that India should always keep in mind.